Welcome back, everyone. So today we have day 5 World Championship match between Gukesh, that starts with the white pieces, and then Liren. So the score match is even so far, and we get e4 and e6, which is going to lead to the French defense. The difference between game 1 and game 5 is that first game e5 was played, and we have a normal variation of the French. In this case, white takes this pawn in the center, and we have the exchange variation. So it's going to lead to more of an open game. Developing the knights and the bishop. So now we get this move c5, which is going to put pressure in with the idea of going c4. But this bishop is going to have this scope of this diagonal. So this has been played before. Now, instead of queen e2, there is a variation where you can play bishop g5, and then this has been a story before where it leads to a draw. So instead we get queen e2, and basically offering a trade of queens. And yeah, we still have a game, but it's gonna be more drawish after the queens are off. Then Ding manually castles by playing king f8. We get this trade of rooks. Now bishop g5 is played, so it's all good. We get this development of the knight, protecting this other knight, kicking out the bishop with h6. So now I think this was an all-star move by going knight h5. Now you're preventing the bishop from retreating without being captured. So let's say that you play this. Now this is going to be a more maybe black has an advantage, or it's a bit easier to play for black. So also before that you have a lot of options. Maybe you could have played okay, so you have this, and maybe you can play b5. Maybe you can play knight b6. So it's not super clear what to play, but at least this is more forcing this move. So okay, we get check with the rook, and now I have to do something about this knight. It's under pressure by the pawn, and yeah, now with the development of the knight, you allow this bishop from coming into the game. So a trade of pawns on the king side. Now black wants to finish development, so maybe by playing rook c8 or rook e8. These two moves are the option here, and this was a shocker. So here you can just take with the rook, and this will be a draw. After this happens, this is a completely equal position, equal material, two knights and a bishop, and versus two bishops and a knight. It's the only difference of imbalance, but in reality it's an equal material. Now instead Gukesh takes with the pawn, so which allows this to happen. Now after you get this outpost with the knight in the center of the board, you are hitting the rook and you are hitting this pawn as well. So white is basically forced to take, but it's going to lead to more opportunities as it creates a pass pawn. Now we get this move, f3, and after that this knight jump is not, I mean, it's okay. I think it's the top computer move. However, maybe something more interesting would have been to go knight a4. So by going knight a4, you're applying pressure on these pawns, and you still have it's not clear how to draw the game for white. You have a lot of more opportunities. So anyway, it's not a bad move. You still get disconnected pawns and with a pass pawn in the center of the board. So a lot of things to be played for. Now, I think this was a mistake. We have the bishop here, and it makes sense to skewer the rook and with the purpose of capturing this pawn. However, a slightly better position, a slightly better move would have been to go rook c8. Rook c8 with the idea of infiltrating by playing rook c5, and later you can aim at these 2 pawns. That would have been the deep concept idea that changed the game. However, yeah, this is a bit more drawish, as okay, you take this pawn, but you still don't have it clear how to play. So I think the technique here was a bit poor by the Liren. And instead of retreating the bishop, he could have played this. He could have played bishop h5. So by playing bishop h5, you still have the options of going here, maybe infiltrating, and you keep an eye on this diagonal, so to maybe push this pawn. Yeah, I think that would have been a lot of difference in the game. Instead, we get rook. Rook takes the pawn in the center. Now, this is a drawish position because the only move white has is to trade rooks. So once you trade rooks, and sorry here, and then you have equal material. Yeah, you have also opposite color bishops, which is normally a draw. The game is going to fizzle out, and yeah, we once again have a draw. This is threefold repetition, so the game is declared a draw. Okay, so these were the highlights of today's game, day 5, and I hope you liked this video. I will see you in the next one. Take care and have a good one.